Good afternoon, good evening, whatever time frame you're on, just for my YouTube channel. Now let's get into another topic. Farmers. Which farmers have better quality and quantity in farming? You have to take my word for it. You can look it up. And this is considered a skill, so donate to my Cash App, $ Abdul Kawi Philippi. That's $ABDUL THILLIPPE. And this is considered a skill. I have to make a living too, just like everybody else. And if you hear somebody using the same material, copyright infringement. And in fact, it's unalienable. Now, the impact of today's farmers need cleaner energy and less harmful ways of harming these crops. So, just because of the natural pesticides that not grow around them, such as the bugs that attract to them. Because when they spray these chemicals in these farms, that affects the crops in which people eat, drink, etc. So this is agriculture. Some from little places that live off the grid and places that live off the land, such as solar foods, solar water irrigation, better crop cleaning, and these people get paid for this. Days of slavery is over. Which include agriculture, production, harvesting, storing processes such as canning, packaging, manufacturing, cooling, and drying. And if they could work smarter than harder, that would be a wise decision. And if they have the technology to mass produce it on a large scale, not only for this country, for every country in the world, and make sure everyone gets paid for their labor around every continent. So this is just a website, charity. I don't know exactly the whole full details on this, but I'll let y'all do the work because it says team partners and everything. Now let's see what else comes up. It says the future of farming, Rainforest Alliance. More than one source I'm gonna look up. It says support work to memes. Sign of the frog. It says climate change for farmers. They don't know how to predict the weather. Which means they're going to have to study the almanac, study the different patterns of the weather patterns, check the least a weather app because the weather app is 95% accurate most of the time. The other 5%, it varies most of the time. And this is their livelihood, so they have to make sure the agriculture is up to par. Not for just this country, every country. They have the tools necessary to make sure these landscapes and the climate so all the stuff could grow. And they make sure they can get paid for all this. The farmers, the workers, people have to grow the food, people have to harvest the food, people have to properly slaughter the food, clean it, package it. It's another website you can visit. As you can see up here, let's look for another source. This is not delusional. Anybody could look this up. Now it's showing a website. It says the work that what they should do. And it's saying it's a theory of change. You should disregard that because not only is showing that they could reap the benefits in their harvest if they do it the work and put the work in themselves. Based on this symbol right here, that's based on that allegory of that folklore story that they told when he was a baby. That the dude that dropped the beans in the beanstalk, nothing would grow. And then, behold, what grew? A long stalk. And this is considered an independent foundation, but I highly doubt that. Anyways, invest your money wisely. It's optional. If you want to invest in this, invest in this. I'm not saying do it. Want to live off the land? It's optional. You don't have to do it. I'm not going to force somebody to do it. They say this process right here would get rid of poverty everywhere, including small villages, towns, counties. In that sense, it's correct. In one way, it's incorrect. Because the days of sharecropping is over too. People are just not going to sharecrop for people who claim that they're going to let them own land. Let's look up other farming methods of agriculture, growing crops in the harvest, which I explained in one of my lectures called the Golden Growing Phi Ratio. It says Seeds for a Future. It's another website. You go research and not join these organizations. You can make your own organization, have people donate to you, create something in your community or somewhere where you was naturally born that helps design particular mechanisms to better efficiently and improve you and your communities. Because you know we are the Asiatics. So you were saying the resources they have to offer, the podcasts, the blogs, which I'm doing blogs, which I'm doing seminars on here. So it's worth a lot. money or what they're saying. It's optional. You could go to them or you could go to me. Make sure you donate to Cash App. Donate me cash because this is considered a skill. These people get paid tons of money for it. Don't believe me? Research in every database. Research all these scholars and everything. Find out what what the similarities or what they have in common to not only me, everybody in the Divine and Moorish National Movement. Now, 11 minutes in, let's see what else comes up. Saying animal science. So, not to say if you want to use the vegan diet, go ahead. If you want to eat meat and, and vegan, be my guest. It's optional. I'm not going to pick your diet and say this is what I should recommend you to eat. It says comparing, contrasting of the past with today. It says what their great grandfather and grandparents eat. They're eating today. It says 77.3 billion people in the world, over 8.5 billion by 2030, and 9.7. So, as you can see, if they claim there was in this population, people in like this in the farms, why would they predict algorithms of more people on the planet? And that's just one, more than one source that I looked up. Let's look up another source. 12 minutes in. Just going right to my YouTube channel after I finish this lecture. Crop production. As you can see, this website is not up to par today. It says it will be back up to par between 5 and 7 p.m. EDT for the platform and services for crop production in farms and agriculture. As you can see, I'm not like one of these dictators who point the finger at somebody. I'm actually applying myself doing the work. Anyways, for my YouTube channel, cut it short, 13 minutes and change. Peace.